Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on, y'all? Welcome to a brand new episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we're going to be out here in Flagstaff using the Volvo 300 truck, the day cab variant, and we are also using a default SCS trailer. One of the things I have to basically mention is that I had to basically take out every single mod to update to the 1.38 because I was having a lot of issues with it crashing. I was having a lot of issues with maps and sounds and stuff like that, so I had to basically take out every mod. We are running basically a complete bone stock game besides a few different tire mods and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and load up our cargo here. Alright, so it's about 6:30 in the morning, and we are actually hauling 40,383 pounds of tires to Truckee, California. Now, I know that this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy trip, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just kind of cut out the parts that don't matter. So we're going to kind of go through Vegas, and then we're going to check out the new Vegas and stuff like that. They have completely revamped Vegas in 1.38. But let's go ahead and start up the truck here, and let's go ahead and check out the engine I threw in it today.
Okay, here we go.
You guys heard my little trusty navigation partner right there. But we got a 405 horsepower Volvo D13 engine, and we have a 13 speed today, so we don't actually have an 18, we have a 13 speed. Going to turn on some lights here. Got lights everywhere for the most part. Let's go ahead and hop in the interior. Alright, here we are in the interior today. I'm going to go ahead and pull the truck up just a little bit so we can do a tug test and check out the lights on the trailer, see if everything is working properly. There we go, right there. Pull up just a little more. Alright, we had to pull up just a little more, but let's go ahead and do a tug test here as well. Looks like everything is working properly. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on out of here. We are currently at the Volution Motors in Flagstaff, Arizona. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. But yeah, I was having a lot of issues with when I did the 1.38 beta. Like anytime I try to look at the map or like, you know, try to buy a different truck from a truck dealer, everything would just crash, and I really don't know why. It just would. Like I couldn't even get into the map without it. Like even look at the world map without the game crashing on me. So I don't really know what the deal was with that. I really don't. I just thought it was kind of odd. But nonetheless, I had to take out all the mods. We pretty much got it working now. I'm gonna go shut off the lights here. Be sure we don't hit that Chevy Express van. But looks like we're gonna be all good to make a right-hand turn out of here. All right, looks like we're going to be all good.
Turn right.
Thank you, turn right. Our trusty navigation partner there.
Turn right.
So we're turning right once again. All right. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and get out of Flagstaff here. So like I said, it's going to be of a little bit of a lengthy trip. So I'm just going to cut out parts that basically are nothing in this.
Get ready to turn left.
You're going to get ready to turn left. Copy that. Let's go ahead and just get on
Turn left.
out of Flagstaff here. And let's go ahead and just get on the interstate before I start talking about the beta.
Get ready to turn
Turning right. Alright.
Turn
But yeah, I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday so far. You guys are having an awesome weekend as well. We kind of outran that stop sign, but it's all good. Oh, we got cars coming. We got cars coming. So let's go ahead and make this turn real quick. We really outran that stop sign. Oh well. It'd be alright.
Go straight on.
Go straight on. Roger that. I've kind of trying to been look at like different navigational voices and stuff like that, so. But yeah, coming up on Humphrey Street right there. Got an arrow for the people turning left, which we are not. Alright. Here we go. Looks like we're going to be coming up on a curve over here, possibly turning left here. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and do it on our economy there. So we can see what our economy is. And I think we're actually going to be taking a right out of here. I have a feeling that we're going to be having to make a right-hand turn. I just have a strange feeling. Very strange feeling. Begin highway. Okay, so we don't actually have to make a turn. The highway just starts. That's cool. That is super cool. Well, let's go and try to change lanes if we can. It looks like we can't, so we're not even going to try. We do have to, so let's go and try to change lanes here.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Exit right. 10-4. Thank you very much. Towards Los Angeles today.
Exit right.
Exit right. Will do. Here we go. But let's talk about the 1.38 beta so far. They kind of snuck it up on us a little bit, because they barely just had the 1.37 beta like a few months ago. And now we actually have the 1.38 beta, which completely revamped the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you guys don't know what they did, they basically revamped the entire city. Interstate 515 and I-11 has now a bypass, so instead of having to go through the city at 30 miles an hour, if you have to kind of go through Vegas to get to the separate interstate, there is actually a bypass now as to where you can bypass the city and kind of instead of sitting in traffic the entire time, keep moving. And if you have like those like very delayed or not delayed, but like those time limited runs and stuff like that, if you're like pressed for time for the most part, which is cool. The whole city of Vegas is now actually on a templated, the whole city of Vegas now is on a whole templated road system. So hopefully the roads will be a lot better in Vegas, better than they like basically already were. We'll go ahead and just try to keep this lane here. Let's go and turn on the cruise control. 75, but we're going about 60 or so. Don't want to really be going 75 in a big in this big rig. All right, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. They also implemented US Route 191 and US Route 156, Utah 156, or Utah. I'm assuming it's US Road or Utah 56.
Go straight on.
So if they want us to go straight on, we will do just that. All right, but UT or US Road 56 has been implemented. They reskinned a little stretch of US 93 around Paneca Settlement, which I'm not quite sure where that actually is, but it is somewhere in game. CA California 111, a new truck stop was added. El Centro, the city of El Centro in California, has also been revamped as part of this 1.38 beta and stuff like that. A new company has been added in Logan, Utah, Plaster and Sons. And one of the main things that I found out about this beta, I'm not quite sure if it's actually truthful or not, or if like the people in my Facebook group are kind of pushing buttons and stuff like that. But when the Mac Anthem came out, there was a lot of people stating that Freightliner is going to be the next truck that comes to American Truck Simulator. So basically they said that the Cascadia was going to be your next default SCS truck. But there were a couple people in the Facebook groups that I'm in posting teasers and stuff like that of a brand new dealership in the game, and the dealership happens to actually be a Western Star dealership. So it looks like Western Star is actually going to be coming in game here to the game, which I think is cool. But I also think that they're going to basically be adding the Western Star 5900 truck in game, since that's kind of like their newest for the most part. I wish they would throw in a 4900, but I believe they're going to be throwing in the 5900, since that's Freightliner, a Western Star's newest truck. So I'm not quite sure where the rumors of Freightliner came in, but I do know that Freightliner will possibly be the next one, or maybe even a new international truck. I don't know, But for the most part, yeah, regional alert, ice may be present on roadway. Well, hopefully we don't have to worry about that since it's not winter time. But let's go and see if we can kind of merge back. No, we cannot. Alright, we could finally change lanes back into our right-hand lane here. We're going to start using the engine brake since we're going about 75 on a downhill slant there, and we don't want to be doing that. Get up to about 60, which is perfect. Our trailer is bouncing around completely back there, which we do not actually want. Alright. But also, SES actually reworked all of the truck stop gas pumps to be more realistic. So hopefully a lot of the gas stations now that we are able to actually fuel at, get our diesel at, will actually be able to actually get a truck in. Because I know some of them, you have to make a sharp turn, and it is super hard to actually get a truck into most gas stations in American Truck Simulator. So I'm hoping that they actually change that. It says more realistic dimensions and logic of how they actually work. So I'm just going off what SES put on their game page for the 1.38 beta. This is not going to be like in my own words or whatever. This is basically what SES put in their game thing. They also did a New Mexico shiprock redesign, and a piece of US Route 491 was also redesigned. And I also heard that they actually put the Vegas sign in the right spot, which I never even knew that it was in the wrong spot. I've never actually been to Vegas, so I never knew that it was actually in the wrong spot to begin with. But supposedly it was, and we're driving all over the frickin' road here. I've actually come to find out that American Truck Simulator, you actually need two hands to drive.
Go straight on.
Like, I usually drive one-handed in real life with my left hand, and I've come to find out with this game, you actually need both hands to drive, or else your truck will be going all over the frickin' place. I don't know if that's just my steering wheel or if that's just all the steering wheels, but you will be going everywhere if you don't keep both hands on the wheel. That is what I have come to find out. Especially if you're trying to keep it realistic, you know. But yeah, they also had a couple different various map fixes and stuff like that. Nothing major, just some small, probably like bug fixes throughout the maps and whatever that they have. They want us to exit right, so we will do just that. Turn on our engine brake, and we're coming into Vegas here, it looks like. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. The brakes on this Volvo are completely horrible. So we ended up not even making that on-ramp, and we ended up almost hitting at least 3 different cars. We didn't, because I pulled off into the ditch there, but I did not want to show that in video. But yeah, the brakes on this Volvo truck are freaking horrible. Like, you cannot stop in this truck for shit, is what basically what it is. So here's Route 93 in Vegas. They're going towards Vegas. A couple other fixes and stuff that SCS has done with American Truck Simulator. Oh no, U-turn spot. That's pretty cool. Ooh, we're coming out of there. But another couple different things that they have actually done is for all you automatic transmission folks that use the automatic transmissions because y'all don't have shifters or you think it's easier or whatever. They improved shifting points and adaptive modes in the shifting for your automatic, as well as Las Vegas. And this is actually not a major thing, but if you're one for realism and stuff like that, it might help you out a little, or it might make you, feel better if you're from Vegas or whatever. But they added a new ambulance and a new fire truck in Vegas, and Jesus Christ, I am having a horrible time driving today. Like, my trailer and everything is everywhere today, and I just don't understand why. So I do apologize today. My driving is horrible today. I do greatly apologize for that. I feel like the trailer is completely light because it's just bouncing around everywhere. But here we are coming up on a 65 here on Route 93. As well as they also added some visual improvements to the game. Procedural ambient occlusion generation, which I have not turned on yet. At least I don't think it's on. I haven't defaulted it on. But it does add some graphical improvements to the game. The route advisor has been redesigned, which you guys have already seen, by it having a point up there on the top instead of on the bottom. And there's also route points that you have, so like navigation ETA to the next waypoint in route advisor and world map. Enhances to the Tobii eye tracking presets, which if you have track IR, I don't believe that affects you. But it also has a RGB color picker redesigned. So, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that here once we're done and get to Truckee. We'll find the shop and I'll go ahead and show you guys that here in a little bit. It also added RGB, HSV, and hex inputs. So you can actually input your hex code into ATS and it'll actually pick that color for you, which is super cool. And a user-defined color presets, so you can actually save your own color presets and add it to other trucks in-game. So if, like, let's say I want to keep this turquoise or this teal color on my Volvo, I can actually save it as a preset and add it to any of my Peterbilts or Kenworths or whatever truck I'm buying. So if you want to have like a legit company in this game and have everyone have the same color, you can actually do that now, which is super cool. Sound enhancements, there is an update to Fmod. It's version 2.01.01. So there is a update to sounds as well in this game. They also fixed the retarder sound when the engine is off. I myself have not really noticed that because I really don't have trucks with retarders for the most part, so I myself have not actually, you know, found that to be an issue for me. But if you guys did not read that sign back there, it said strong headwinds, so we got to be careful with our trailer. We're actually going about 52 miles an hour. Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And AI exclude the gear for trains and electric vehicles. Not quite sure what that means, but we are coming into Nevada here, so welcome to Nevada. And yeah, I'm going to make this turn. But those are basically your main points for 1.38 that's in the beta and going to be part of the full release. With this being said, I'm hoping that Idaho comes soon. Idaho and Colorado are your two next maps for American Truck Simulator. So I'm hoping with that being said that they actually are close to release or about to be released for Idaho at least, because I'm so stoked for that I can't wait to actually check it out. We're good on fuel, but I guess the GPS is talking or something. Oh, it might be an overspeed thing, because I had it set to do an overspeed thing for me, so I know when I'm speeding. So that's what it might be, because we're going 70 in those 55 zone. So that's pretty cool though. That does actually tell you when you're speeding. That's pretty cool. Because we're probably coming up to California here. With that being said, since we are on a 55 zone, but we are going straight ahead, so gonna be following these SUVs here. Oh, they're braking. They're braking. Let's go and try to get into this line here, which looks like we can't. Hopefully it's not an exit lane. Hopefully it is not an exit lane. That would suck completely. And looks like he just wanted to get in front of us there. Maybe try to fuck with us a little more. I want to try to... Of course, he's like, I'm going to brake in front of this semi. But we're going to change lanes and try to overtake him, because we're not falling for his bullshit whatsoever. Okay, so I feel like I'm more concentrated. So my driving should hopefully be a lot better right now. There we go. There we go. So Los Angeles, about 1 mile exit only. So yeah, I got that truck right there. One thing though I did want to mention though is that I ended up getting laid off from Comb. So the job that I was at, I ended up getting laid off because supposedly there was not a lot of work to do for the amount of people they had. And yeah, so I ended up getting laid off 3 weeks into the job, which kind of sucks, but it's alright at the same time. I ended up hopefully finding a new job. They basically gave me a job offer. I had the interview. It was a phone interview yesterday. And now I'm just waiting on the background check, and I have to go for a drug screening tomorrow. So that'll be cool. So hopefully I can get this job start Thursday. It is for an Amazon delivery driver. So I'll actually be driving the Amazon, like, Dodge Ram trucks or Mercedes trucks or whatever they are, the Mercedes Sprinters or whatever. I'll be driving those and delivering packages, so that'd be pretty cool. Starting pay is $15 an hour, and then I think it said it was like $22.50 for your overtime pay, which it looks like that is going to be the end of that lane, but we'll get over so this guy can get over. I don't want to be that bad of a dick. We'll be alright. Let's go ahead. We'll go and stay in this lane since that pickup truck's kind of driving a little bit slow. But yeah, that is just an update on that. They said they were like 8-hour shifts, so I'm not quite certain exactly when the shift starts or the shifts end. They were saying like different times and stuff like that, so I'm not quite sure. But I do know that I'll hopefully be starting this week and stuff, and I think she said that it was like 3 to 4 days a week or 4 to 5 days a week, one of the two, with overtime if needed. So I'm very excited about that. Let's go ahead and just get back out on the open road over here. I believe we've actually gone through Vegas already. We haven't really explored it much.
Go straight on.
So I think what we'll do is not the next episode, but the episode after, is we'll just kind of go through Vegas and just kind of do a couple local runs through Vegas. That's what I wanted to do with this truck, honestly, but I couldn't find any runs in Vegas. And I just couldn't sleep anymore because I guess my driver wasn't tired or anything like that. So ended up, yeah, having to do that. But we're just out here on the open road. Open road. But yeah, if you guys do remember, I did end up doing a Q&A video a few months back. I think it was around December, and I kind of want to go into more detail about that because I was kind of watching my first video with ATS. The first two were like kind of get to know me videos and stuff like that. I was kind of going and talking about those or watching those, and I was just kind of, you know, thinking about it, and I want to go into more detail about myself and stuff like that. So I feel like that'd be something we can do. Is we have about 469 miles to go, but a lot of you know that I actually lived in Illinois my entire life. Haven't moved to any other state, even though I really want to. I want to move down to Texas, but Kayla doesn't want to move down to Texas. But I ended up growing up being born in a town called Melrose Park, which is basically a suburb of Chicago. And I've pretty much grown up in Chicago. So where I used to live at in Chicago was actually about 20 minutes away from Wrigleyville. So that kind of got me into being a Cubs fan because we were so close to Wrigleyville. Stuff like that. It looks like we're turning into a 2-lane here. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down because this Mustang here. And then we also have road work ahead. So just want to make sure we don't hit anything. Make sure we're good on that side, which it looks like we are. Alright, weird road work. Usually it would have like a flagman or something. We did not hit that. That's a load of baloney. We did not even hit that sign. That is a load of baloney. But my parents were actually divorced at the time, so my mom was living out in Chicago, and my dad was actually living in a suburb for the longest time until he actually moved down to central Illinois, to where I currently reside now. But I moved down here in about 2012 to go to high school. I went to a private Catholic school, and I really don't talk about this much because I try to forget about this part of life. But yeah, I try to not talk about this because I try to kind of forget about this part of my life. But I did go to a private Catholic school from pre-K, which is like pre-kindergarten to 8th grade. I'm not the most religious person because of me going to that school for almost 12 years. But I do believe in God, and I go to church once in a while. I don't go like the full-on every Sunday like you're supposed to. But that has kind of gotten me a little bit away from religion since I was dealing with it every day for 12 years of my life. And I just kind of needed a break from it without them shoving it like down your throats, basically. Dude, in the Charger. That's the one thing I wish they would fix in ATS, hopefully in the next beta, is the speed zone. So instead of it being like a 65 or a 55, it doesn't go straight down to 30 without a warning. So kind of like it did back there, it went from 55 to a 30 without any warning whatsoever.
Get ready to turn right.
But it looks like we're going to be turning right up here. And yes, you guys do see there are barriers in game. Like I said, I take out all the mods out.
Right.
So, yeah, of course. Like I said, these brakes are very touchy-feely. So they are some very bad brakes. Oh, we're going backwards. Of course, we hit another car. Did not want to do that, but we were end up going backwards instead. And there's a cop right there, so lovely. I think we're going to be good on this side. Yeah, we're alright. Gotta make sure we don't hit anything. Trailer looks like the trailer is going to make it. We were not going to make it there. Holy crap. The one thing I do notice is that with track IR, I feel like it's a lot harder. Because yes, it does track your head movements and stuff. But at the same time, for me, it just doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like keeping my head still is like one of the hardest things to actually do in American Truck Sim. And that is why I don't use it on streams. I just use it in videos. But I feel like it's a lot harder as we're leaving Beatty here. But I feel like it's a lot harder to actually use track IR than it is easier to actually use it, for me at least. I'm not saying that for everyone, but for me at least, it's harder. I may have to like mess around with settings or whatever, but I just can't figure it out for myself, and it's like hurting. It sometimes hurts my neck when I have to move it this way to look in the mirror and stuff like that. But I don't know, it could just be me, or it could just be a setting or something, because I have my track IR basically slanted in order for me to use it. Because if I kept it like looking straight on at the sensor thing that clips onto your hat, it would not leave the backwards cam. So like when you go all the way to the left, and you got that like backwards view of the truck when you're looking back, if I have my track IR straight on, that is what I will get, and it will not get out of that view. So I have to keep the track IR tracker or the sensor tracker sideways onto the head tracker, which I don't think that that's supposed to be right. I may have a defective one, I don't know, but to me, I just find that kind of odd that it has to be that way. At least for me. I can't say the same for everyone else, but at least for me, that's just how it's been since I've started using it, honestly. But enough of talking about track IR. Let's go back to what I was talking about. But I've basically gotten the best of both worlds. I've lived in the city and I've lived out in the country. And I gotta say, I actually enjoy living out in the country a lot more. But honestly, if you did meet me in person, you would not believe that I grew up in Chicago. A lot of Kayla's family and stuff, I told them that I was actually born in Chicago. And honestly, they did not believe me at first because they thought I was lying because of the way I look and the way I act and stuff. And we're going to hit this dump truck. I tell you, these brakes suck. These brakes really suck. And no, it is not just me, it's these brakes. I don't know why the brakes on this Volvo are the worst brakes that you could probably ever get on a truck. Let's go ahead and come over here. And of course, this dump truck's going to be going super slow. And road work. Alright. Of course, he's going to be going super slow. But yeah, apart from her family, I've actually had a lot of people tell me that I don't look like I grew up in Chicago or I'm from Chicago or whatever. But if you talk to anyone I knew in Chicago, they would say the opposite, that I did grow up in Chicago. But I feel like the redneck kind of country style is more suitable for me. I don't know, it just feels more natural to me than the city life. We got some tumbleweeds going across the road here. It's 30-mile-an-hour zone. Not sure what town we're coming into. We are actually in some sort of town here. But I like going fishing. I've been hunting a few times. Things telling me to slow down. So that's probably means we should slow down. There's a cop right up there, so that's probably not a good sign. It's probably a good thing that we did slow down to under 30. There was a cop up there. There was a cop up there. But yeah, well, we're still speeding a little bit, but that's alright. We're kind of getting out of the town here. It's coming up to a 40 right there. But yeah, like I said, I like going fishing. I've been hunting a few times. I love going mudding. I do want to get a truck here soon. I want to get a diesel, but I feel like diesels are going to be too much money. Looks like we're coming up on a 70, but we're coming up on a road construction zone here. So let's go ahead and kind of get into this lane while there's no cars. We're not going to hit the frickin' sign this time, which I thought was stupid the last time when we did hit it. Alright, here we go. But yeah, I've been actually looking for places to actually move down to. Like, I want to move down to Texas, plain and simple. Like, that's the one place I do want to move to, because I feel like Texas will be my one natural place to actually be, where I feel like I, you know, belong for the most part. But I'll settle for like Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, all those states down there. But Kayla wants to be closer to her family, since all of her family basically live on the Indiana-Illinois border. So she kind of wants to either pick between Illinois and Indiana. I really don't want to live in Illinois. I honestly do not like the state. I hate the government in the state, and I just kind of hate the laws in the state too, for the most part. But her and I have kind of been looking at places in Indiana. Of course, we're trying to stay at this apartment as much as long as possible. So we'll probably be here for a couple years and stuff. So unfortunately, I won't be getting my epic gaming setup that I have here. But hopefully when we get the house, my entire room will be a lot bigger than this one is. And hopefully I'll have an epic gaming setup in there. But yeah. The only downfall, though, moving to Indiana and kind of leaving Illinois, it kind of makes it hard for me. Only because my two dream jobs are in Illinois. So, I mean, technically, yes, they're anywhere, but the two places I feel the most natural would be in Illinois. So the first thing would be, oh, here we go. There we go. Trailer's kind of tilting over there. There we go. But the first thing, though, would be a sheriff deputy for the Champaign County Sheriff's Office here in Illinois. Since I've lived out here for most of my life, I pretty much know the back roads and all the roads like the palm of my hand for the most part. So I feel like it'd be more natural to be out here. Looks like we're coming up on a 45 zone. So we're going to start slowing down for that. There it is, right after the curve there. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, I feel like that would be a lot more natural for me and stuff like that. As we are coming into the town of Tonopah. Coming into Tonopah. So let's go ahead and get on over here. We're speeding a lot. Don't want to be doing that. I don't need to get another ticket. We've gotten too many damn tickets on this already, including at fault at 2 accidents because this truck has horrible brakes. Coming into a 25. So we'll go about 30. Maybe we'll go about 30. Alright. So I think we're actually going straight on through. Got about 321 miles left on this journey. I do gotta say, it does feel nice to actually be on the default SCS roads. Once again, instead of the coast-to-coast map, which unfortunately I did have to throw away. Or not throw away, but take out. But, dude, you did not have to come into my lane for that, man. You did not have to come into my lane for that. You could have very easily done that in your own lane. If it was me, I probably would have had to swing a little bit, but you did not have to go into your lane like that. Or my lane, I should say. But this is a nice little town. It's just like one main street, and you got everything basically on Main Street. You got a hotel, some stores, a bakery, a Patriot military antique store, an ice cream truck. It's like everything you need is basically on this one road. Little Dr. Pepper or Coke pop machine over there. lunchroom lounge, like a little liquor store, bar, whatever. Little Rose Mall. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think I've ever seen that part of Tonopah before. At least I don't think we've actually ever been to Tonopah for the most part. But that was kind of cool. Oh, we're speeding. Nah, 40's alright for a 35. It's only 5 over. It ain't the worst thing in the world. About half a tank. I'm actually going to go ahead and come over here, stop for some diesel. Because we actually have not done that in a while. Nope. I think I might have missed the entrance for it. No, I can come over here, I guess. Yeah, I can come over here. But yeah, we actually have not gotten any diesel in our trucks on this channel in a very long time. So let's go ahead and do that and actually get some diesel for our trip. Kind of fill up our tank, even though we're at half a tank.
Finding a new route.
You don't have to find a new route, bitch. All we're doing is just stopping for some diesel. Well, looks like we'll get into this first bay here. Let's go ahead and get some diesel. So diesel price is $2.59. Let's go ahead and neutral, set the parking brake, shut the engine off, and let us go ahead and fuel up our truck. Alright, so $228 got us a full tank. And let's go ahead and get back on the open road. I feel like we can get back on the interstate from here. I feel like this whole thing we can just pull off for the most part. But now of course, we have to wait for the traffic, which it looks like that yellow SU or that yellow van, that white sedan after we can kind of pull in, or that white classic car, and then we'll just kind of pull into the second lane here. It looks like he kind of switched into that lane to kind of let us in, so I do appreciate that, buddy. I do. We've gone 500 miles in this truck already. That's not including the test runs I did with it. Because like I said, there were a lot of test runs with it. Like I said, I was having issues with sounds with this truck and another truck that I had purchased just to kind of test the sounds out a little bit. I would have like sounds for the flashers, the blinkers. I'd have air brake sounds, but I would have no engine sounds, no engine brake sounds, no truck sounds whatsoever, no horn, nothing. Just flashers and air brakes. That's it. So I was kind of like wondering what the deal was, so I ended up having to take out every single mod, and it looks like that dude tried passing us and it didn't work out too well for him. So he has to come back behind us here because we ended up speeding up.
Get ready to turn left.
Get ready to turn left. Alright, well, we'll get ready to turn left, I guess. Turn left right here. Okay. Hopefully these brakes will stop us in time. There we go. West on 6. 70 miles an hour. There we go. No one's following us, doesn't look like. Nope, nobody is following us. Perfect. But yeah, so going back to what I was actually talking about, the 2 dream jobs I have are in Illinois. Technically, the job that I just pretty much, quote-unquote, applied for and had an interview for and basically got just waiting on the background check, that was kind of not a dream job. But that's a job that I wanted to do because I feel like being a delivery driver for Amazon would be kind of fun and stuff. But the 2 dream jobs I have are of course, the Champaign County Sheriff, which I mentioned, since, like I said, I know Champaign County roads like the back of my hand for the most part, since I've lived here pretty much all my life. Even when I wasn't living here back in 2012, I was still visiting for the most part. So my dad would take us out on road trip, not on road trips, but when he had to go to work or whatever, or my stepmom would take us out like cruising, my stepbrother would as well, and stuff like that. So we had that, and I just know all the roads basically. Like, I know how to get, like, from whenever I worked at Target to where I was living, I at least knew 4 different ways to get home that took different roads. 4 to 5 different ways, and that says something, especially going to one destination from one destination to going to one area. I know 5 different ways, taking all different roads. So that does say something. So if I didn't feel like taking one way home, like I felt like taking the long way, I would do that. Wanted to take the short way, I would do that. Interstate, back road, highway, anything. I knew at least, actually it might have even been more. I think it was like 6 different ways to get to my house from Target. So yeah, I'm learning the roads of the county I'm in now. I mean, I don't really explore much of this county. I kind of go back to Champaign for the most part, Champaign County. But yeah, that's one of my dream jobs. And coming up on a 55 here, called Box. And the other job that I had is, of course, working for Amtrak as a locomotive engineer. Of course, I would have to start out as a conductor, which is no issue for me. But working as a locomotive engineer out of Carbondale, Illinois for Amtrak. Running out on the CN Chicago subdivision, CN Champaign, Centralia sub, all that would be a dream come true as well, since that's kind of what I've wanted to do since I was actually a kid. But it looks like we're getting ready to turn right up here. I wish they would give you more warning, since, you know, my brakes are pretty shoddy. I might have to get some new brakes on this truck. Now, we do got a rest stop here, getting on 395. And it looks like we're going to be all good to just do a California roll. Alright, 35 miles an hour. Here we go. Motor City right there. Truck stop. Very nice, very, very nice. So I do apologize, but this is actually going to be a long video. But I think from what here on out, we're just going to go ahead and cut it and stuff. And yeah, because I think we have about like, what, 200 miles left to go? Yeah. So I think from on here, we'll go ahead and cut it. And I'll meet you guys once we actually get to Truckee. So I'll get back with you guys here shortly. Alright, so here we are coming into Truckee here. Got the exit right here. So we're going to be making a left out of off the interstate here at the off-ramp. Don't want to be stalled on this off-ramp, so we're going to try to just keep coasting and creeping. Hopefully this Ford Explorer doesn't just come to a complete stop like he just did. We tried coasting. Well, we got back up to speed, so we should be alright. So we're going to be waiting on that truck over there, and then we will be good to go. Alright, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys think of the 1.38 beta. We'll kind of go more into detail about it soon enough. Like I said, once we get done with this episode here, I'll kind of go and show the color options for the trucks and stuff like that, like the new color picker and color saver and stuff like that. So I'll be showing that off here once we are done backing up and delivering this load. Looks like we are turning left over here. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, do make sure you hit the like button, as well as that subscribe button with the bell icon. And if you guys do want actual notifications of when I do upload videos and stuff like that, join the Discord server. That is the best place to know when I upload, when I go live, all that fun stuff. And here we are coming into the bitumen.
Arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Your route guidance is now finished. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And it looks like we're going back behind those containers over there. So this is going to be a little tricky. Yeah, this is going to be a little tricky, if I do say so myself. Gotta love it. Gotta love when they put the hard ones on us here. But we should be able to do it. Let's go ahead and figure this out. But yeah, what I was talking about when I was mentioning the outside view is that it was basically stuck on this view over here when I have my track IR straight on. So it's like you can't really drive in this view. And then when I shut it off, it becomes perfectly fine. So alright, so yeah, this is going to be a tough one indeed. Knowing we actually have a building back over here as well. And then someone decided they wanted to put a trailer, a flatbed oversized load trailer over there. And I just want to make sure we don't hit this building over here either. I think we'll be hitting it. Yep. Well, maybe not. Close. We were close to hitting it. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll actually just turn this way. And try it from here. And just keep going back and shoving back for the most part. We're going to be hitting some curbs, so don't mind the curbs. We will be hitting some curbs. There's nothing I can really do about that. Let's go on the outside view. Yeah, we're going to hit that curb for sure. And then we're just going to have to kind of swing it into that spot over there. Well, my only issue is I don't know if we actually have anything in that spot. So I don't know if there's containers in the way, which it looks like there's going to be containers in the drop-off point. So I just want to make sure we don't hit this trailer over here. So it looks like we're not going to. But we do have, and we are going to be backing into those containers, so we have to pull forward just a tiny bit. Man, they made this one really challenging for us, didn't they? Yes, they did. Alright, so want to get ourselves to the right of those, or to the basically the left of those containers. So we'll just use the right hand mirror for this one. Which it looks like we should be good right there. We got enough swing on it, looks like. Of course, now I can't tell. And I know this is not realistic because I know there is no outside camera. But there is a... might be a camera on the back of a trailer if you know... if you can do that. Let's go ahead and stop right here. Let's go ahead and walk out of the cab and take a look. Okay, so we basically almost hit those containers over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull forward just a little bit. And then we're going to swing our trailer to the left. So let us go ahead and do that. I'm going to pull just forward just a tad bit. And then we'll try to swing our trailer to the left-hand side. And see if that actually kind of helps us out a little bit. Which it looks like we're going to be on the side. I think we just hit a container. Yeah, we just kind of nicked it a little bit. Well, let's go ahead and try to straighten it out. Man, this is going to be a long episode. I will tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. Was not expecting for it to be this long. But I was also not expecting to have this challenging of a backing up job either at my drop-off location. This is more challenging than I was expecting. Alright, I think if we keep getting it back in here, we've got this. Man, that was challenging as hell, but we got it. We got it. Don't want to jinx it, but I'm pretty sure we got it. We do. Alright, neutral, set the parking brake, shut the engine off, and let's go ahead and unload the trailer. That actually does look perfect, even though it's not straight as possible, but it works for what we got. So we got excellent 803 miles for 139.5 gallons of fuel, and we made $44,444, 1,722 XP. Alright guys, I'm going to go get you... Alright, let's go ahead and head to the service shop. Alright, so here we have a random Volvo 730. And we are basically going to be going to the custom color and custom metallic color. So you guys know you can basically set your custom color, and then you can also do like your metallic, whatever. You can make like a different metallic color truck, whatever. So what's really cool here is that you can actually set your HSV. So you could do like, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what HSV is. I think it's the same thing. But you can select like different numbers for your thing. You can also do like, let's say 89 is orange, 23 is like a cream color and stuff like that. And then you can also do this, and you can also set like your different color that you want or whatever. And you can also bring that down and save it to your palette. So you can apply a color preset. So of course, like this is going to be your default. You can add like something over here, drop it down, and it'll save it. So you have like a peach color truck if you want. And then you can also, you know, switch it back and forth to whatever you'd like. And then save all colors. That's mainly for metallic. So let's do like something red. Let's just do a completely red metallic truck. Bring them down, and it basically saves what you want. So that's not really the best example. So let's kind of do like an Optimus Prime truck for the most part. So we got red, and let's just do like white. So bring it down, it'll actually save it, which is cool. And we can also come here to RGB. You can set your red, green, blue. And so let's say I want 100. Set it to 100. Custom color it. Let's do 100. Okay, let's go ahead and set that back to 100. Boom. We have like a little nice mint color truck here. And of course, you can always bring that down, save it. And you can also do by your hex number. So, you know, so set that, you know, just random numbers and stuff like that. You know, just randomly. There you go. But yeah, that is one of the cool things about this new update is you can actually select the color. So instead of sitting here, you know, I like this, but a little bit more darker, and then you end up fucking up, you know. It's nice, and then you can, you know, do your default colors, whatever. Just makes it so much easier. So if you have like a specific color in mind, you know, the hex number for it, it makes it a lot more easier to actually customize your truck. But if you want a purple Volvo, you can have a purple Volvo. I don't mind it. It looks actually looks kind of cool. I might do that for the next one. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this one, guys. Take care.